terms of our business, in terms of just running our daily lives. So how is it working out for you? That is the discussion that is going to be happening for the next 1 hour. And joining me is 3 very interesting individuals to help us come up with, you know, to have that conversation basically. And I do have Madam Frida. How are you doing?
Very well.
It's been I've been looking forward to this conversation since last week.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's something that we need to look at. Yeah, karibu tena sana to the show.
Asante.
Yeah, and then we have Kavua. How are you doing, bro?
Salama kabisa.
Na kuonanga tu Facebook siku hizi na lose weight. What's happening?
I have been doing some dieting, cooking kidogo, exercise like this. And kula mzuri.
Ata skin tone yako imechange. Skin tone imechange kidogo because the last time I saw you, you were a bit darker than this.
I think it's on the diet. Everything is all about the diet.
All right.
Yes.
Karibu tena sana. And then of course we have Mr. Sami Aloyo. How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Karibu tena sana to the show.
Thank you, sir.
I understand you're the kind of guys who hack the systems in this country. Juzi tulikuanga na breakdown kidogo CBK walikuwa wamezusha. So I don't know. Maybe you're the guys who are making things move behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the
yeah?
scenes. Yeah.
Karibuni sana kwenye kipindi. And Frida, I will start with you on this particular discussion. You're a finance coach. And you know, basically you take people through, you know, understanding their own finances and so on and so forth. In your opinion, do you think these mobile money apps, these app loans that we keep on, you know, borrowing every single time, are they helping or are they destroying us?
Thank you so much, Mbuvi, for the question and for having me. First, I'm a business coach.
Yeah.
And in business, of course, we talk about money.
Right.
And we talk about people and their money.
Right.
So are the loans good or bad? I don't really think it's about the loan. It's about the person borrowing from the loan app. All right. So that's where the conversation should really start. So the person borrowing money needs money. They don't have a job.
Right.
Maybe they have a business. They need more money to finance their business. They don't know what to do.
Right.
And the app is there staring at them. People do desperate things in desperate situations.
Right.
So I really start with the person. What mindset are they of? What is their money philosophy?
Right.
Why are they borrowing this money? How do they plan to pay?
Money philosophy. What is a money philosophy?
A money philosophy, what you think about money.
Okay.
There are people who think that money, there's no money, the economy is bad, there's scarcity, and there are people who think abundantly. There are people who believe that anything they need will come to them.
Okay.
And they believe it and it does. And there are people who work hard, say work hard, work hard, work hard, and you'll get more money. So what do they think about money? So if they don't really have a philosophy, so they are controlled by the next thing they see when they're desperate. If they haven't planned what they're going to do with their life, because you see, money is just part of life.
Right.
All of us need some form of income, whether we are employed or self-employed. We need money to do the things that we need to do while we are on this side of eternity.
Okay.
So if we don't have a plan to make money, we won't have any. And then we'll keep falling into these money apps and whatever other app comes up.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Kavo Musyoka, she has just mentioned something about the side of the eternity. What is your money philosophy?
Get money, use money.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my philosophy. Get money and use it.
Get money, use money.
It,
all right.
Yes.
So for you, because you have used the money apps before.
We have, yes.
And we know that people who borrow money from this app, kidogo kidogo, and realize the time has elapsed for them to pay the loan, and then now they need to borrow from this other app to pay this one first of all. Ndio hawa waache kupiga simu. How has been your experience as far as these mobile apps are concerned?
I'll say for me, first of all, I think the money apps, the loans came as a blessing in disguise because people like us, the young people, the youth who do not have really access to collateral so that they can go and get the loans from the banks like that. It was a blessing to us because kama mimi mtu wa biashara, I want money quickly. I do not know where to get it. I'll just go to my phone, borrow the money, and maybe if it's stock, maybe a client wants fabric for curtains. I do not have enough money. I will use that.
All right.
Having said that,
there
is also
now I can see where the downfall has come.
There is also a downside.
Yeah,
I would say to having the loan access that easily on your phone, because at times you'll find yourself borrowing when you do not need it. You're there in the club. Maybe you with your boys like this, and you're like,
ama na mayengs,
kitu kama hiyo, unasema I need a row. So who's throwing the row? You know, like the way you do on your advert. Guys, don't worry.
I got this.
I got this. Unaingia kwa simu haraka haraka, borrow, then you realize in the morning you didn't have to borrow that money, but now you're stuck with a loan of a large amount, and you have to pay it. So that is the problem, I would say, with it.
Sami, yes, hey, we have gotten to that point, like he's saying, it's so easy to access this money, and now we have multiple, apps, multiple apps. Some of them are no longer even being advertised. We just, getting text, download using this URL, and you can access up to 20,000, 50,000, 60,000. First of all, is it that easy to just come up with my own app and put it out there in the market and start giving people money?
I believe this money lending app, actually, the synopsis of it comes from the market has grown wider after the CBK interest cap. So you see, there is need and there is time. So most people actually want to bid time to get facility. Before, it was easy to get money through the banks. Actually, salary advances were easy. So right now, salary advances are not easy anymore to get.
Is that so?
Yes. It's a long process to get a salary advance. So most people want time, quick time, and actually want cash quickly. For example, if it's a person has a need. For example, if you need shopping, you'll want to get money quickly. If you have a need, maybe it's a burial, something that's come up, an emergency, you need money too quickly, the bank will not give you that money. So these mobile lending apps are cashing into this market that actually has need.
The guys who need the instant cash.
Yes. So this mobile cashing app are actually cashing into this market. But we have a catch, not only to the lenders, but also to the borrowers. Because when you borrow money, you have to find the need to borrow. There's always a need to borrow.
Don't we always need money, though?
Yes, but you see, the need to borrow is determinant on how you're going to pay that money. For example, if you're going to get a loan to pay another loan, that means you're increasing your interest. For example, if you get 10 shillings, you're borrowing 10 shillings from Frida to go and offset 10 shillings from Paul. Actually, from Paul, you actually borrowed, initially you had borrowed 8, now you're paying 10. If you go to the next one, you'll pay 12. So that means you're increasing your debt times 2. So as the market grows, there is need. However, also to the lenders, it's not an easy thing. The lenders have a high risk. There's very high risk of non-payment. When you look at the economy, when you look right now, every app is coming up with ways whereby they can trap the borrowers. They give you quick cash, but also looking on ways where they're going to reduce their risk. So how are you going to reduce their risk? Some of them actually, you're hearing they're actually going into an inbox, calling your bosses, calling your wife, so that I can actually
the app, you give the app permission rather to access information from your phone.
People don't know this. When you're actually logging into the mobile lending apps, there's always a caveat which says, do you accept the terms and conditions? Everybody doesn't. No, actually, most of the people don't read the terms and conditions. People click yes to access the funds. But see, under the terms and conditions, one is access to your contacts. So this actually, most people don't see this risk involved with them. And actually, there's a CBK rating. Right now, when you look at the CBK, it has gone up. More than 2 years ago, it was not the way it is right now because of these mobile lending apps. Yes.
All right. I want to rope you in on this conversation as the audience. Please, you can find us on our social media pages at K24 TV. It's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also, you can text us via the number 21222. That is 21222. And the numbers are on your screen. Please call and probably give us your experience as far as the mobile lending apps are concerned. And the question of the day is, do you rely on mobile loan apps for your business? Do you rely on mobile loan apps for your business? Or if you rely on them for any other purpose as well, let us know in that particular comment section. Remember, the numbers again are on your screen. Frida.
Yes, sir.
Looking at the whole situation, and you said that you're a business coach. Your company is called Passion Profit.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, we want to make profits, don't we?
Absolutely.
And if I see this opportunity, like he said, it's easy to access the loan. He said he has a client and the client needs, some fabric right now. It's as easy as ABCD, and in 5 minutes, he has, 20,000 that he didn't have before, or 30,000, and so on and so forth. Isn't this a good thing? Shouldn't everyone be celebrating like, yay, 30 G's by the time I walk to the branch,
Yeah, and fill so many forms and get a guarantor and get this and the other. When it comes to borrowing money, there are two things that we must think of, whether you're borrowing it for lifestyle or for business.
Right.
The first thing is that you you leverage your own money to make more money.
Right.
So borrowing in a vacuum is the problem.
Okay.
Because like you see, we're hearing it's youth borrowing. Youth that don't have a revenue stream. So how are they planning to pay back this money?
Okay.
So you don't borrow money in a vacuum. You borrow money because you already have some money and you want to grow this money. If that was the case, fantastic. But that is not always the case. We run to the apps because we are desperate, we are stressed.
Yeah.
And we are normally stressed because maybe we have borrowed. I like the example I think you gave, that when you borrow 10 here, then it's going to be 12. When we borrow, we're just looking at the money we are borrowing. We're not looking at how much are we generating and what's your interest, but how much are we generating and how much interest will we need to pay.
Right.
Because for instance, if you're going to borrow 10,000 and you will pay 10% on it, and your budget, you know, your daily lifestyle is 20,000.
Right.
So already you are putting at 10,000, 11,000 stress on your 20,000. So at the end of the month, or when this loan is going to be due, you need to have at least 31,000.
Okay.
So if you have 20,000 only, you're already short 11,000.
Okay.
Hapo ndio shida inaanza.
We have Evans from Buruburu. Evans, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm quite fine, thank you, Evans. What is your question or comment?
Now, I just wanted to raise an issue which I happen to have been affected.
Okay.
I have been borrowing money from KCB mobile app.
Okay.
And what happened, I actually paid my loan.
Yeah.
But eventually what they said is that I still owe them some money. Now the M-Pesa called me and told me I still have some money which I have not cleared.
Okay.
So when I called KCB for clarification,
yes,
I was told to go to my M-Pesa Safaricom server so that I can get that clarification.
Okay.
What I realized is that somebody has registered my number and of course another number which is not mine, which is now registered under KCB. And
they are getting money on your behalf?
Yes. So
okay.
When I went to inquire about it, I was told the M-Pesa belongs to another person.
Okay.
And the KCB is mine.
Okay.
From the same number.
All right.
So those are the issues which now I'm saying. It's unfortunate because I've seen now I have now to go and pay almost 2,000 shillings to a person who I don't know. And I was told that number was registered by Safaricom.
Right.
After several owners.
Have you reported to the police?
In fact, now the intention I have, I was told, is some legal firm at Safaricom headquarters where I'm going. But it's just unfortunate because I've seen now several people are complaining about this. People are borrowing money on behalf of others.
Okay. Thank you, Evans.
Yep.
Thank you, Evans. But I think you need to report it to the police and have it investigated. And that is obviously criminal for someone else to have your number registered and borrowing money on your behalf. Let's talk about the security part of it.
The security part of it, let me first start with this issue. You see, the mobile lending apps actually don't have a security background on who's borrowing. They have a facial. They have a facial screening. As long as they have your ID, they have your number.
Yeah. Anyone can register.
Anyone can register.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, I advise actually also my clients, not just corporate clients, but also individual clients and small business owners, that you need to be checking first your M-Pesa transactions. It is very key for you to be checking your M-Pesa transactions. Check what actually the M-Pesa gives you an M-Pesa statement. Once in a while, be checking that statement. It is very, very, very
important.
Key. Leave alone even just that. When it comes to PIN registration, I advise clients and actually people in the general public, be checking your PIN numbers, because actually someone can trade with your PIN.
Is that so?
Yes. Someone can trade with your PIN without you knowing. People who go to the cybers and open and actually say, give me a PIN certificate, I want to do something. And you leave your details there. It is high, it's very high.
That form you've downloaded?
Yes, that form you've downloaded, it's there. Actually, you've not even opened with your own email address.
Right.
Someone can use that PIN to trade.
Wow.
Someone can use your phone number to trade without you even knowing it.
Right.
Yes. And you see, when you don't keep on checking this kind of statements, from M-Pesa statements, transaction statements, actually gives you a high risk on manipulation in the market.
Right.
So what people need to do, when you register to these apps, you need to do a follow-up.
Okay.
You need to get statements from these apps.
Okay.
How much am I owing? What is the debt as of now? Even if it's the bank.
Yeah. We have Frank from Mombasa. Frank, wambaje?
Mimi nilikuwa naomba hivi. Bana K24, nyinyi mko na mchezo ya kusambaza watu kwa social media.
Okay, I think we've lost him. But I don't think he was calling about this situation. So Kavua, you as a business person, you know, you accessing that loan. Have you ever, because she said pressure, you have borrowed 20,000, now you need to, you know, pay 31,000 and so on and so forth. Have you ever found yourself being pressured into, you know, either defaulting or even being stressed about okay, deadline ya kulipa hii pesa imefika na manze sijui malido itatoka?
Pressure iko all the time. There's pressure all the time.
Right.
Because they say, like I told you, I have this, we run trim interiors with my wife about fabrics and curtains and all that. I also do a bit of catering.
Okay.
So there's a time unapata you have say like 3, 4, 5 orders you need to deliver at a given time. You need say 100,000. At that time you do not have, you say 80, you have 80. You need to cover this. By the time you're recovering the 100,000, unafaa kwa mahali pengine ushalipa.
Okay.
Bado haujalipa.
Before uniambie venye pressure ingianga, we have a caller from Kitale. Good morning.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Naitwa John Jenga kutoka Kitale.
Yes, what is your question or comment?
Uliza. Nimekuwa na shida. Tumekuwa tumejiingisha ndani ya hizi mobile loans.
Naam.
Lakini unakuta apps zingine ziko na shida. Unakuta umekopa even 1,000 bob.
Right.
Na during payment, unakuta wanaanza kukutumia messages, tuseme after umedefault for a period of time.
Yes.
So nilikuwa nauliza, if these organizations zenye zinafungua hizo apps, they could at least wakuwe na kiwango fulani yenye wanaweza weka mtu CRB for a reasonable, tuseme kama ni pesa ya kiwango fulani. You can see it's not reasonable at least 1,000 bob. Unakuta umewekwa CRB. Really?
Okay. John, sawa. We shall address that in a minute. We have Dominic from Nairobi. Dominic, good morning. Hello, Dominic.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm quite fine, sir. What is your question or comment?
My comment is actually this mobile app tumesaidia tu sana. Lakini inategemea venye mtu anakujikulianga. Mimi mwenyewe nafanya biashara.
Naam.
Lakini siwezi chukua pesa kama sioni maji naweza pata. Okay, this time nilikuwa najaribu like KCTM pesa. Nilikuwa nachukua kitu like 20,000 alafu nakopa kwa watu wengine kind of a share rock. Alafu at the end of the day, at the end of maybe 2 weeks, 1 week, mtu ananirudishia. Unaona, at the end of the day, nikienda kulipa mwisho wa mwezi, unapata at least nimepata kitu yangu.
Okay.
Lakini kapata kama at the end of the day ukienda unatrust watu wanadefy. Sasa at the end of the day narudi kwa mfuko nalipa.
Naam.
Okay, zinasaidianga sana sana. Kama unafanya biashara unaweza rock pesa yako.
Yes.
Ukikuja kuipata maybe after a certain period hiyo pesa inakusaidia.
Okay.
Lakini zingine za kutoa una budget ya kuenjoy ndio mbaya. At least sana ndio inaumiza most of the youth in Nairobi ama Kenya.
Okay. Thank you, Dominic.
Okay, thanks.
At least he's made a very valid point there. But you were saying first of all the pressure.
Yes.
So 100,000.
Yes. There's a pressure. Pengine client amekwambia I'm going to pay by the 5th. And you get to the 5th, the client has not paid. You are owed by the mobile app. You're supposed to have paid by the 3rd. You'll definitely unatafuta pesa inakosa. You try calling everybody, looking everywhere, there is no money. You have to default that. And you have
you have to.
You have to.
Hakuna namna. Okay, all right. So what happens? Because now they start calling you and wanakuambia we boss niaje bana.
Interesting story. I'll tell you about this one. So at some point, I thought I was doing biashara and I had some a few hours to juggle. I called a friend, I asked them, can you get me a gig somewhere?
Yes.
Akaniambia, okay, there's a mobile lending app. They need credit control officers. Okay. Those are the guys who call you from those apps.
Yes.
And the ones who send you messages. I said, sir, fine, I'll go. I worked for a day. I will not
you worked for one of these mobile apps?
I worked for one of those apps for a day. And I am telling you.
You were calling people when
so first of all, you have to send text messages. Oh, Nani, your son has not paid. You go check their messages. You're like, who should I text? Who is he texting a lot? So if it's movie, baby mama.
We have Solomon. Solomon, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
What is your question or comment?
I have a problem with the line. I bought a line.
Yes.
A Safaricom line.
All right.
But later I was told that the line was used by someone else before I bought it.
Was it a new line or what?
It was a new line.
But was used previously?
Yeah, so I was told there was money that was borrowed by that person before.
Right.
But the ID was different because I used mine when I registered it. So they've been sending me messages that I have a loan of around 70,000. But when I contact...
Oh, yes, Solomon. But Solomon, we've lost Solomon, but I would urge Solomon and anyone else who has a similar problem to report to the police, because it can actually land you in some serious trouble. You can get listed in, CRBs for no apparent reason. Hujai borrow pesa, itakuwa shida sana. So Solomon and another gentleman who had called earlier on with a similar problem, kindly just report that to the police and let them follow it up. At least let it be on record that, you reported this. We also have Fanuel from Kisumu. Fanuel. Good morning, Fanuel.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. I was just watching a program on the screen.
Fanuel?
Yes.
Yeah, nakusikia, sema.
Yes, I have a question. There is a money that I lent.
Yes.
I lent it through Tala.
Okay.
Then later it so happened that I had paid it halfway.
Okay.
Then to my surprise, it was pushed to CRB. So I kept on receiving messages from an organization called the Skyways. They called at a point.
Yeah.
And they told me that they would lift the ban on the CRB.
Okay.
So my general opinion was, if this mobile lending app can have a system where you can get a top up.
Yeah.
So that you offset the other loan.
Yeah.
And proceed lending.
Yes.
I think that would make us not to be pushed to CRB most of the time. Okay. And on the other hand, threatening messages that now your credit score is now limited. And then this one also, they go to an extent.
Yeah.
Even blocking us from getting loans from other financial institutions.
Okay.
So my opinion was that they should have a system where you can get top-up.
Okay.
And offset the other loans.
Sawa. Thank you very much. I believe we have another caller on the line. Good morning. Okay, we have lost that one. We take a short break right now. Then when we return, we, of course, address the issue of being listed on CRB, the issue that Fanuel has just asked in terms of the top-up, if you can get the top-up, and probably even the consequences, because I don't think a lot of people know that